Whatever you are looking for, you are everything. Whatever you want, everything is in you. Everything is in your beliefs, in your choices, in your actions. The way we choose our actions, the way we make our choices, the way we use our beliefs to do anything in our life, we create our own life. Whatever we are looking for in our life, we can get everything. The thing is, everything should be based on our skills, based on our awareness, based on our ability to upgrade ourselves, based on our willingness to work for the things, and based on our ability to see the dreams and the ability to make the reps for all of the dreams and resolve all of our problems. Everything, whatever we are looking for, we are that thing. We are the reality. We are that infinite energy that has everything in its hand. But just because we are in human body, we already have set our limits. And that's why we are not able to nurture whatever we are looking for, whatever we want. That's our problem. That's why life feels messy. That's why we are not able to resolve our problems. That's why we look for the solutions. We already have set all our limits. We have set all the limits that usually provokes us to go further, to push ourselves, to become something that we want to become, that we deserve to become. But whatever we want, we look everything from others. But another person is that human too. And another person has the same kind of capabilities, same kind of limitations. And that person has set the limitations too. So why we are looking for everything from another person, from the people? The reason behind this, everyone has same kind of abilities, same kind of beliefs, or same kind of skill set too. It's a community. We believe that whatever we want, we can have everything from another person who might have achieved everything, who might have belonged to another community, who might have had different kind of skill set, the skill set that we need, and we have to nurture that skill set to achieve everything. That's why we look for the connections, we look for support, we look for help from different kind of people, we look for the ideas. That's why we collaborate with the people. That's why we make connections. That's why we make friends. That's why we are into relationship. That's why we make the communities. That's why we are together. That's why we complement each other. But the thing is, everything is in us too. That person who has achieved everything, that person has achieved everything just because that person had the capabilities. And those capabilities needed some kind of support and complement. Sometimes it takes two to tango. And that's why that person achieved everything. And the same kind of thing we have to realize too. We can have the support from the people. We can bring up with the skills and ideas that we don't have, that we have to attain. But we have to attain all those skills too. But I already have mentioned, it takes two to tango sometimes. That's why we look for the people. And we look for the people so that we could share something with the people too, with the ideas, with the solutions, with the different kind of skill set to complement the people. But we are everything. We define ourselves with the beliefs, we define ourselves with the limitations, we define ourselves our skill set, we define ourselves by our rules, by our perceptions. But we don't have any kind of definition. Our definition is whatever we set. All the limits that we have set define us, but we don't have any limits. We are everything. Nature has given us the power to create the whole new world and to destroy this beautiful world too. But we have no idea whatever we are. We are limitless. We are powerful. We are weaker too, just because we believe we don't have these kind of capabilities. We are weak just because we believe we are weak. We are free from all kind of traits, but we are slave of traits too. We are happy. We are joyful. We can be the source of calmness, but we are in a conflict too. Whatever we define about ourselves, we are that personality. We attract that personality. Whatever we perceive about the people, we are that people. We are that the person we define. But the thing is, we have no idea the kind of word we use, the kind of energy we exude, the kind of action we take every day, the kind of choices we make. We write the own story of our life. That's why sometimes life feels messy, sometimes life feels so amazing. Sometimes we are successful, sometimes it feels like we are nailing it, sometimes it feels like we didn't do anything. We all write our own story, we all define ourselves. We all define our success and failures, and we are responsible for everything. The moment we define our responsibility, the moment we take the charge of the life, life changes itself. Life shows up itself. Solutions automatically comes up. Clarity automatically comes up. Ideas automatically comes up. It depends on how we define ourselves, how seriously we take our life, and how not seriously we take ourselves. The moment we take ourselves too much seriously, we're not able to put ourselves in another person's shoes. And the moment we put ourselves in another person's shoes, we resolve each and every problem, each and every conflict and dispute. And that's how we nurture the meaningful connections and relationships. That's how we thrive in any area of the life. I believe in this. The moment we take too much seriously whatever we do, actually we commit to our life. Actually we do something that is meaningful for us. The moment we stop taking things seriously, the things are meaningful for us. We start getting away from that growth. We start getting away from that purpose. The moment we start taking life seriously, we get so much closer to that purpose. It's not easy to find that purpose. On the another sense, it's one of the easiest thing. The thing is, we just need to show up. Whenever we show up, automatically things starts happening. Even if we don't have the clarity, we just start doing things. Whatever floats your boat. Everything resolves so quickly. The problem in which we are right now, just start, contemplate, and observe each and every situation, every aspect, and do whatever can be done. And then let go the problem, let go the solutions, and start doing other things. Times will bring the solution. Nature will show up with you. The time we start controlling the things are not controllable, then we put ourselves into problem. But the moment we stop controlling things are under control automatically. Whenever we give the time, whenever we find the peace, whenever we are in present. That's why I say we are everything. We can nurture the peace. We can nurture the calm. We can control everything. The moment we stop controlling the things, everything start coming up and under control. Life is not messy, it's challenging too, but we make the life messy. We add insult to the injury whenever we take the things too much seriously. Things are not that much gigantic, but we make the things gigantic by just getting ourselves into that problem again and again and again, by just avoiding the problems. But we are the answer of every single problem the moment we start acknowledging rather than overthinking. Everything seems so easy the moment we reflect, the moment we learn, the moment we pay attention about the pattern of the life. We are the part of the universe. We are the universe. Whatever we see in our outside world, whatever we know, it's already in us. And we know everything, literally everything. It's a different thing. We are not able to tap into that every single information that is in us. We don't have that kind of a capability. That's why we don't have the clarity. That's why we are grappling with so many problems. The problems are the same. The kind of problem we have been facing when the human life got into existence. The same kind of problem we are facing too for our survival, for our relationship, for our career, for stability, for everything. The same kind of problem we have been facing since the dawn of the time. The reason behind this, we are not able to tap into that data, tap into that wisdom. But we know everything. Like you would have noticed so many times. We know the things, but we don't know the term for that thing. And suddenly that thing we read somewhere, we watch somewhere, we get the information. Then we get to know, I've already had the idea about this thing, but I didn't know the name of the things. Or sometimes we even don't read about that information, but then we read and suddenly it comes up in our mind like, I already had the idea about this thing. The reason behind this, there is a procedure to recall. There's a procedure that automatically shows up whenever that thing comes up and we need that thing. Like sometime we do any particular kind of course, and that course at that time we feel like there is no need of that course. But after 20 years, 30 years, we do the very kind of thing, or we do the things in which we need that thing. And suddenly we recall that thing that we did before 20 years, 30 years. And we got to know that time we needed that thing. Like I did my graduation in commerce, in economics, or rest of the subjects. But as for now, I didn't feel like I have need of all these kind of things. But these kind of things still play a role in my life to actually survival. In survival, these things play that role. And now I realize, why did I need these kind of things? So things play a role every time. It's a different thing, the kind of expectation we had for the things. Normally, things don't show up that way. But everything plays its role, whatever we learn, whatever we do. And sometimes we are not able to recall everything. That's why we are feeling like we are in the limits. We have our limits, but we don't have any limits. But we have the ability to set our limits. We have the ability to push our limits. It totally depends on us. I'm talking about the mental abilities, not the physical one. When it comes to the physical one limits can be pushed to at certain extent. But what that certain extent, we have no idea. our body is adaptable. The more we adapt, the more we push ourselves. The more we push ourselves, the more we realize, like, in the past we were not able to do this thing, but as for now, we are doing the things that we didn't ever think. That's how we get to know about ourselves. We didn't ever try the things, we didn't push ourselves, and we set our limits, and we defined ourselves, and we created our own identity. But actually, we are whatever we define, but we can define ourselves in so many ways. So there is a need to see ourselves. We are not just the human body, we are beyond that. We are the energy that has cultivated this beautiful world, that is controlling the whole world and making sure everything runs smoothly. We are much more than that in this physical body. Just realize that thing, work for the thing. The moment we start working on our identity, we define our identity, we start becoming that thing. Everything depends on our thinking, our beliefs. So we all should have the powerful beliefs. We all should have the powerful beliefs. Like we say in sacred books, in holy books, there is an answer of everything. Literally, there's an answer of everything. But those books were written by all those people in all that ancient times, in all that ancient yugas. They had the knowledge too, but they were the humans too. They had wisdom. They already tapped into all that kind of information that we are trying to tap. And sometimes we don't even trying to tap. That's why they got to know and they mentioned. But all these books were written by those humans, those saints. They crossed their limits. They didn't set their boundaries. They got free from the boundaries. And that's how they came up with that kind of wisdom. And that's how all these sacred books have the answers of everything, every single problem. Every single problem, whether it comes to our physical health, whether it comes to our career, whether it comes to our relationship, whether it comes, we already know everything. It's a different thing. Sometimes we ignore. Sometimes we even don't recall. Sometimes at that time we are not into that condition to recall. That's why the things happen. That's why we seek the solutions from others. That's why we make experiments. Sometimes journaling, sometimes meditation, sometimes yoga, sometimes sitting with the nature, sometimes showing up with gratitude. These are the ways to tap into all these kind of situations, all these kind of wisdom. These are the ways to self-explore, to reach to that folder where that particular data is stored. We have everything in ourselves. We are the solutions of every single problem. We are the questions too. We are the pain in itself, but we are the source of happiness. We are conflict in ourselves, but we are inner peace in ourselves too. We are the combination of different emotions. There is a calmness in ourselves, but we have the anger in ourselves too. We are the source of love, but whatever we are, on the another form, we are the hate too. We are like an angel, but we have our demonic side too. That's how we are created. That's how we nurtured by the nature, so that we could grow, so that we could find that balance, so that we could find the middle way, the middle identity, which drives our life smoothly, that makes ourselves more independent, by facing different kind of problems. Everything is necessary and part of the personality. That's why I say we are everything, but we don't realize. We consider human is just embodiment of mistakes, but by these mistakes, we learn. And humans only have the ability to make mistakes. Like animals can't make mistakes. Animals can't learn from their mistakes. But we have the ability to learn. That's why we are human. That's why we are Homo sapiens. But that's the main thing. And that's one of the most beautiful things. Being human is one of the most ethereal, rare blessing. And these blessings, not everyone can have. There are a lot of species, plethora of different kind of varieties of life. But we are the humans. We should be proud to be a human. But we hate this life. We don't love this life. Just praise the life. Find your inner self. Find your stillness. Start perceive the things the way the things should be. Or just start perceiving things in a different angle. The kind of lens you choose. Just start perceiving things in another angle. By playing another character, you will automatically explore your inner self and inner possibilities. And you will get to know about the whole big picture and come up with the solutions too. Because we know about our problems, we know about our situations. Not everyone doesn't know. Not everyone can have idea about your problems. That's the thing we should need to realize. But we don't realize that. So that's the whole idea. Life is easy when we take the charge, when we resolve our problems. Whenever we use our actions and beliefs, our emotions. That's all. Life becomes so easy. The moment just we need to take care of 4 things: our beliefs, our emotions, our actions, and our decision makings. When we take control of all these kind of things and we make the blend of all these things, and if the blend is perfect, then life becomes easy. That's it. But the problem is we all are grappling with the very kind of things. We lack in everything, or sometimes we lack at a particular area. Sometimes our emotions are so overwhelming and dominating. Sometimes our beliefs are weaker. Sometimes we all have the ability to perceive the things the way the things should be, and we are stronger in these 2 areas. But we are not able to apply all these kind of things in our actions and decisions. And sometimes we are not able to make the better choices. We have the options, but we are confused which option is good for us. But the only thing we need to do, just take the charge of our emotions, beliefs, decisions, and actions. Once we start working on all these kind of things, then life starts changing. Then life becomes a form of the way you define the life. That power that works for you, that energy that guides you. The only thing we need to do, just take care of 4 these kind of things. Rest of the things automatically happens. Your self-growth, your success, your career, you will find the way. Like we all can find a way to. So start believing in yourself. You don't need support every time. You don't need the love every time from others. We don't need the calmness every time from others. We don't need the motivation every time from others. Everything we can nurture, and we can share everything with others too. The only thing we need to realize, everything is in us, and it comes up by making the choices and taking the actions and start embarking the things. Then we nurture. But we wait for the motivation, we wait for the love, we wait for the calmness, we wait for that someone would praise us, we wait for the validation. Everything is in us.